I have found an insane chart that nobody is talking about, and this chart could bring down Bitcoin to insane levels, and we will definitely talk about this chart and also what's happening here in the short term for Bitcoin and Ethereum. And if you think that's interesting, then definitely subscribe to the channel, like this video, and also activate the bell that you will never miss out on these important updates. And now let's get here directly into the charts, guys. So here we have seen a massive dump in the Bitcoin price in the recent days. After I had actually shown you that we were forming here this rising wedge pattern here, and yeah, you can see we have clearly hit the target of it, which was also the bottom of this former support zone, which turned now again into resistance, and we immediately sliced through it like butter and went all the way down to the next former support level, which we also broke and is acting as resistance right now at $20,300 more or less. And now we are bouncing up and down, basically here between this zone here, between $19,850 and $20,300. In this kind of range we are consolidating right now, and here I can already make out a new pattern that we of course don't want to see for the Bitcoin price. So if I draw it like this with this small, so you can say this was here fake out to the downside. Yeah, then you see we have another continuation pattern to the downside. We have a symmetrical triangle. When we are coming out of a downwards move, then a symmetrical triangle is bearish biased and should break to the downside rather than to the upside. So here in this case, if we measure the target for this, then this should bring us down to approximately, let's say it breaks here, to $19,200, which would be still not the worst case. But I can tell you guys, I have found something that is scaring the shit out of me. I promise you guys, that is something that has never happened before that I will show you in a second. So, but we also have to talk today about Ethereum, because Ethereum had today the merge from proof of work to proof of stake, and now Ethereum is also like Bitcoin deflationary. Yeah, since 9 hours more or less. So, and you can see for now Ethereum is holding on to this upward sloping support here. But if we lose this support, then Ethereum will immediately go down to the next level of $1,420 approximately, but it could get even worse, because we have also here on the daily chart this long-term downward sloping resistance line that Ethereum seems to not be able to break. So here lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So, and only once we are breaking over this big downward sloping resistance line, I will start to be bullish on Ethereum. But you can see this is going on since March this year, so this is a really long time. And yeah, unless we are breaking this downward sloping resistance line, we have to be here bearish to neutral in the short to midterm for the Ethereum price. So you see here's also a conversion point between this upward sloping support and this downward sloping resistance line. So, and this is in 9 days. So 9 days Ethereum has to make a choice either to break lower or to break here to the upside. But in the meantime, I wanna get your attention for that. In the meantime, if you sign up now on BYBIT and you deposit $1,000, you will get $1,000 $1,000 position absolutely for free on a BYBIT, and you can still claim the $4,550 for free if you use here my specific link. This goes for both things: the $1,000 that you deposit, getting $1,000 worth of an Ethereum position, and the deposit bonus that you can then also still claim the $4,550 only with my link in the description or in the pinned comment below, guys. So yeah, so things on Ethereum looking at least a little bit better than for Bitcoin, because now I want to show you slowly what's happening here with Bitcoin. So here on the 4-hourly chart, we can also clearly see an interesting development, and that is that the EMA ribbon is flipping bearish here again. So, and every time when we are flipping bearish, you can see it here, when we flip bearish, we had a long period before we try to flip bullish again. So, and something similar could be happening here too. So where we are now just flipping bearish. So, and we could see here slowly price movement to the downside before we then come here up again and flip the ribbon again on the 4-hourly and go back into an uptrend. Then right now we are definitely starting a new downtrend based on the EMA ribbon. So here also on the daily chart, that we are so close to this upward sloping support line of this right angled broadening wedge is also not good, because the more we test here these support levels, the more likely it actually is that we are breaking here to the downside. And don't forget, guys, the target is here around $12,000 if we are breaking here to the downside. But I believe if we ever break down here, $15,000-$16,000 might be the maximum that we go down in a massive wick, and that will be then for sure the final bottom, and then we see a slowly grind over the next couple of months here to the upside. So, but now I want to come to the point that that I was talking about in the beginning, what is scaring me here on Bitcoin like crazy. So first of all, I want to point out on the monthly time frame, we have here a falling wedge pattern, which is normally a bullish pattern and should break to the upside, and the target would be more or less around the all-time high. But here comes now my problem with that. The price action is already for 4 months under the EMA ribbon on the monthly chart. So we were never ever in Bitcoin history so long under the EMA ribbon on the monthly chart. So we had here a monthly wick, but came and closed then within the EMA ribbon here, and also here we were not really out of the ribbon when you look at this, but here we are clearly under the ribbon. So, and even if we go back here, all the way back, so you see where the EMA ribbons were starting, so we never were outside the EMA ribbon. So, and now imagine guys, if the EMA ribbon would flip bearish on the monthly chart, that would be the worst ever what could happen to the Bitcoin price. Because if this flips bearish, I can guarantee you guys that this will look something like this then for quite a while before we then slowly come up here again. So of course that scenario is right now not quite likely, but I wanted to point this out, guys, because I have seen nobody else is talking about this, that the EMA ribbon is here in danger right now, because we have so many monthly candles already under the EMA ribbon, and if this falling wedge is not breaking to the upside and breaks to the downside, then we should be prepared for this scenario. Guys, don't forget, if you want to trade with me, you can get on BYBIT $4,550 right now with my specific link, and $1,000 for free in an Ethereum trade if you at least deposit $1,000, but only with my link here in the description and in the pinned comment below. And also on BitGet you still get $8,000 absolutely for free with 15% discount on the fees, also only with that specific link, guys. That's it already for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you think the monthly chart is in danger here, and that we could see a massive sell-off in the Bitcoin price. And don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you again tomorrow.